Hey, welcome back to Nick Vic Locks. Today I'm continuing on the How to Pick a Lock series with different things you can encounter and hopefully help you overcome them. Today we are talking about mushroom pins. So I think the Abus 8550 I know contains them, and I believe it's the only lock I have that actually has mushroom pins in it. So that's why this one's out. Now I have the cutaway lock that we've used in other videos. The pin size in this lock is such that I had to make mushroom pins to go in it. So the mushroom pins in here are homemade for when we go over the approach to picking and feedback and stuff. But what is a mushroom pin exactly? I've made this one. It's a little bit bigger so we can see it better. And this is our mushroom pin. This one's upside down. There we go. Mushroom pin. So this is what it looks like. But trying to explain something that is small like this to point stuff out doesn't really work too well. So I have a solution. Let's get this adjusted. There we go. Mushroom pins. So this is our mushroom pin. It consists of 3 parts, really, or at least in my opinion, consists of 3 parts. We have the top of the pin, which I'm calling the cap, the middle section that is tapered, and then the base. So the base and the cap are typically going to be the exact same size in terms of diameter, and then the tapered section in the middle. So they behave similar to spools in that you're going to get counter rotation from them as you drive them up to an extent because of this tapered section giving you the false set that you would get from a spool. Now also in the tapered section, because it's tapered, just like dealing with any other lock with tapered pins or tapered drivers, it can drop and slide back down from movement of picking the other pins. So with the mushroom pins, it's a little bit of a heavier tension to bind them and prevent them from falling back down after they've been lifted up. Because depending on where this pin is sitting in the lock, so if just a little bit of the top, or depending on how tall it is sitting at the shear line, when we go to pick it, our shear line moves down, and now we're here. We'll get core movement because it's shifting because smaller diameter. And then this may no longer be the binding pin. So we'll have to go find the next pin that's binding and then come back to this one later on when the diameter is such that it is now binding. But when we pick the other pins, because of counter rotation, say it's at the shear line here, we counter rotate, well, it may slide back and fall down into the plug again. So we lose progress on it. Then we get down here and you can get into a really deep false set. And then when we go to pick it, that's when you're going to get the most counter rotation, is right before we get down here to the base. And then when we get to the base, it's going to behave like a standard pin. So get the click, it's set, good to go. So, but these are the mushroom pins. They're found in a few different locks, but the Abus 85 is typically going to be the first one you're going to come across that contains the mushroom pins. So what we'll do is we will vise up the cutaway lock and get this thing picked open, kind of show it and discuss it as we pick open that lock. All right, we'll get it viced up. Okay, now that we have the lock in the vise, we'll get to picking. In chambers 2, 4, and 6, we have those mushroom spools or mushroom pins. You want to go about it. Now the pins for this lock are a much smaller diameter than standard locks and the pin that I showed at the beginning of the video. So the base of the mushrooms are a little bit smaller, or thinner is a better word, than they are on the one that I showed. I didn't have a whole lot of material to work with, so what I got is what I got. and that's just how they came out. But the should still function the same. So let's get to picking on this thing. All right. Let's see here. 1. There we go. 2. All right. 3. 4. 5. Right, and we were in a fall. Yeah, we've dropped into a false set now. Let's see if we can lift up 6. There we go. Back to 1, 2, 3. Counter rotation. Maybe that is 4. Go. That feels good. 6. Click on 6. Counter rotation. There we go. Into a deeper false set. Let's find our pin. It's 2, 2. Counter rotation. And there we go. So you can see that they behave somewhat like the spools will with counter rotation. But with that tapered section, they behave a little bit differently because they can bind and then not bind, slide, drop, whatever. Can help you get into a game of whack-a-mole with the lock. But now, why did that not go down? What is that, 4? Oh. Let's see. There we go. Fell in there again. All right, so let's pick it again and go through it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 6. I just can't count. 1. All right, so we set 1, drop into the false set. We'll go. I think 3 is probably our binder. There we go. Feels good. Okay. Go. Tap 6. Okay. We know 1 set. We know 2 has not been set and is our mushroom. As we push it, we get the counter rotation. And any of the other mushrooms that we could have started to lift, you can see us dropping stuff. Might slide down on their taper and need to be nudged. So if things feel like they aren't binding anymore, just go back through and start tapping the pins until you can feel something binding again. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there it is. There we go. So you can see you might have to go through and hit these pins multiple times while you're picking, just due to the nature of the taper. All right, let's put this 8550 in the vise and pick that open. Okay, so we have the 8550 in the vise, and we'll go to pick this. All right, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. 3 is definitely a mushroom. 4. Go. 5. Now, with the mushroom, just like any other pin that has a taper in it, I am going to be using heavier tension on the lock. There we go. Now we've dropped into a false set. Let's see here. 1. All right, we just came back and hit 1. That's open. So do that again. That was kind of quick. So 1, nothing. 2, 3. Get counter rotation. Might just be me moving the core with the warding though. Let's use one that's a little shorter. That is my shortest one. Okay. Whatever. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on 4, I felt it move, so I know that 4 has now gone into one of those tapers. There we go. That's set. 5. 5's not set. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. There we go. Oh, okay, there it is. Two, 3, 4. There we go. So you can see on that pick, we had to go through multiple times to hit things because of those tapers really coming into effect on it. So just goes to show that doesn't matter what your skill level is. Sometimes picks just take longer than you expect them to, or they should, and sometimes they go faster than you were expecting as well. So, but that's mushroom pins. That's all I really got to say about those. If you have any questions or need better explanation on something, just leave a comment. Let me know. We can figure it out, answer it there, or make another video talking about it. If there's anything you would like help with or a video covering, leave a comment. Let me know. See if we can get something together for it. And if nobody told you, you matter, you're important, and I'm glad you're here. Y'all have a good one.
Juno, you want to subscribe?